Ever since becoming a life insurance agent in 2022, I've been able to make over $100,000 per year by being a life insurance agent. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 habits that will guarantee you will make $100,000 or more in 2025. Now, before I get started, I just want to share with you how I got there. My first year as a life insurance agent, I sold over $500,000 worth of final expense life insurance on my own pen, and I was able to take home over $176,000, and I had no idea what I was doing. I was a rookie to the game. I made so many mistakes, and that's why I document everything on the YouTube channel. But most importantly, I built in the last 24 months a life insurance agency that has done over $5.8 million in sales, and I want to share with you ultimately in this video how you can make $100,000 if you implement these 5 habits. So let's jump into it. The first habit that I've instilled in my life that you can instill in your life to make $100,000 would be number 1, track your daily progress. Now, here's what I did when I was getting started as a life insurance agent. I made the mistake of just buying leads, selling life insurance, and waking up at the end of the month saying, why did I not hit my goals? But instead, I found out that if I were to track my progress every single day and pay attention to the things that are important to me, that I would get closer to my goals. So what I do every single morning that changed my life, that will hopefully help you get on track to earn your 6 figures guaranteed, is just tracking the things that are important to you. So every single day, I track my bank account, I track my business bank account, I track my net worth, I would track my sales, I would track my presentation, I would build a spreadsheet where I'd track my talk time, I would track my dials, I would track my lead spend, I would track my acquisition costs, I would track how much I'm spending every single day on leads, and every single day I would track that. There are so many times in this business where we want to make 6 figures, but we want to hit certain sales outcomes, but we don't know what it takes to actually get there. And if you can daily track the numbers and the metrics that are going to help you get there every single day, I guarantee it that this habit will help you get closer and closer to your goals. Now, instead of setting just daily goals, you need to set monthly targets as well in your tracking sheet. You need to understand, well, how many dials do I need to make to hit my goals? When you're selling final expense life insurance, I knew that if I sold 40 policies and did $40,000 of annual premium or more, that I would be on track to earn my 6-figure income. And that's what you need to do. Every single day, input your tracking, your dials, your results, your KPIs. And if you can see that every single day and you can track that and adapt your feedback and adapt your behavior to get closer to your daily goals, you're going to see month after month after month, when you do your month review, when you do your quarter review, when you do your semi-annual review, you're going to see that you're actually getting closer to your goals. So the first thing is to track your daily progress. Now, the second core habit that's going to help you win in the tracking sheets to help you make more money is by winning the mornings. One of the habits that I focused on early on as a life insurance agent was being the first one on the dialer and the last one off. But the one philosophy that I live by that completely changed my life when I was selling life insurance, because in a sales environment, you make money when you sell. So winning the mornings was important to me. What did that mean? That means making a sale by noon was my daily habit, my daily non-negotiable that I always focused on every single day. So what did I have to do? I had to prepare my mornings to win the mornings, meaning that I had to get up early on time. I couldn't just let myself sleep in. I'd get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, have my breakfast, be on, go to the gym by 7 and be ready to smash the phones by 8 o'clock. Now, when 8 o'clock came, I knew that I'm going to be the first one on the phones. I'm going to be calling, but most importantly, I'm going to remove any non-income producing activities out of my life from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock because my goal was to master the mornings. I knew if I could get 1 or 2 sales every morning that I would have an amazing afternoon, that I'd have an amazing evening. But ultimately, winning the mornings allowed me to set myself up by ultimately planning the night before. How am I going to structure my day? How am I going to win the mornings? How am I going to be locked in? So I would go to bed thinking about my mornings, thinking about how I'm going to crush my sales. And then I wake up in the morning ready, prepared to crush the mornings, to do whatever it takes. Hitting the dials, not doing any customer service, not calling my girlfriend, not texting my mom, not figuring out what bills need to be paid. I needed to do whatever it took to make a sale by the first thing in the morning. Now, here's the thing. If I made a sale by 9 o'clock, then I could breathe. I could kind of take some time here and kind of get back to my normal life. But I would run like someone was behind me. I was anxious. I was fired up to do whatever it took to make that one sale by that afternoon to win the morning, because if I didn't, I was running and I was working the rest of the day until I made sales. But the mornings were the crucial part of my success that allowed me to earn 6 figures as a life insurance agent. Now, the third thing, when it comes down to what do you do if you don't hit your goals? What do you do if you don't hit your KPIs? And the third habit that I focused on is making the weekends a non-negotiable. Okay. How many times right now do you set a goal for yourself in 2024, a sales goal for the week, a sales goal for the month, and you don't hit it and you don't change your behavior? And for me, that was a non-negotiable for me. So making the weekends a non-negotiable made me work hard. From Monday to Friday, I had to do whatever it took. I had to follow up with the leads. I had to stay late. I had to call my leads in the morning. I had to, build the hit list. I had to find ways to follow up with people who were just right there on the finish line because I set my KPI at 10 sales per week. And if I didn't have my 10 sales per week, which is 2 per day when you're selling life insurance, whatever your KPI is, you have to stick to that non-negotiable. So Saturdays, I'd show up. Yes, if I did not show up on Saturdays and hit the goals that I was working for, guess what? Early in this business, on Sundays, I was working. So this non-negotiable requires sacrifice. This non-negotiable makes you to put your goals over your personal desires. This makes you put your goals over the things that are just not that important to you. So if you want to earn 6 figures, you have to do things that people are not willing to do. I knew early on that most people want to come into this industry who want to make 6 figures, but aren't willing to put in the actual work that's required. So what I would do every single week is, this is why the daily tracking sheet's important, is track your progress daily, see if you're hitting your weekly goals. And if you're not hitting your weekly goals, well, guess what? You have Saturday and Sunday to hit your goals. And I knew that every single week, if I had 7 days to hit my small goal and I could exceed that, there would be no issues hitting it. But if you only give yourself Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then half butting it on Friday, like I'm gonna work half the day, of course you're not gonna hit your goals. But if you gave yourself Monday to Sunday to go all in and hit your goals, you will set yourself up to dominate this industry and absolutely crush everyone if you set yourself on a 7-day calendar rather than a 5, and actually a 4.5, because most people don't actually work a full day Friday because that's society and that's America. Okay, so setting yourself up to win the week and ultimately using your weekends as a non-negotiable. A true non-negotiable will help you make 6 figures as a life insurance agent. Now, the fourth habit that was crucial was studying top agents. When I first got into the insurance industry, I was not a top agent. I was not. My first week, it took me 2 weeks to make my first sale. But all I did and all I wanted to do was to get better. And I was obsessed. I was obsessed with the process. I was obsessed with learning. I was obsessed with trying to beat the people that were ahead of me. And the fourth habit is studying those top agents, people who have what you have right now. If you're part of a team, if you're part of a company, if you're part of an IMO, if you're part of a structured organization, there's someone in that organization that is the top dog. There is someone in that agency that is getting the results that I want to have. And what you need to do is that you need to go to that person. You need to ask them for their script. You need to ask them for their sales calls. You need to ask for 10 minutes per week. You need to ask them, how can I learn or study from you? And you need to understand, hey, send me 5 sales calls, and you need to study their sales calls every single day, obsessing about their process. The reason that you're not getting the results that they're getting is because you don't have the skill set. And the fastest way to get the skill is to learn from the master. And if they're the master, you have to put your ego aside. You have to go to them and say, hey, can I just study your sales calls? And that's what you need to do. And then early in the mornings, before you're prepping to win the morning, you're going to listen to their sales calls. You're going to write down, what are they doing? You're going to listen. You're going to study. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to listen to their sales calls. You're going to go ahead and when you're driving to the grocery store, you're going to listen to their sales calls. And you're going to do whatever it takes to become a top agent. And studying those sales calls will be the fastest way to improve your ability to learn and ultimately acquire the skills that you need to be a top agent. Review the sales calls. Go through the script in your hand while the top agent is listening. And if you do that over and over and over every single day until you beat them, until your name passes their name in the leaderboard, that you can stop doing that. So you're going to double their activity. You're going to listen to their calls. And until you beat them every single month, over and over and over, then you can stop that process. But until you do, obsess about winning and go all in at learning whatever it takes to be a top agent on your team and get the results that someone else is. Because if they've got the results, you can too, but you're missing something. And that something is listening and learning and practicing. Now, the fifth core habit that will help you become a top agent is an end of week reflection. And I wish I actually did this earlier in my process, because early as a life insurance agent, I was just going hard Monday through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was like, wake up and I'm like half awake on Monday because I've been working for 50 hours. But one thing that I wish I did and have started to do that has allowed me to have better results is understanding how to have an end of week reflection. Looking at what were the commitments that I made to myself this week? What were the things that I wanted to do on Monday? And by Saturday or Sunday, did I spend some time actually reflecting and listening to myself? Did I actually make the dials? Did I actually get the presentation that I need? Did I actually go back and listen to my sales calls? How did I do? A weekly reflection to understand, are you doing the behaviors that's going to help you make the six figures? Are you doing the behaviors that's going to help you hit your monthly targets, your quarterly targets, and your yearly targets? And if we continue to just show up Monday through Friday with our just go in there, do the job, clock out, and leave, there's no surprise that we don't hit our targets, our goals. So an end of week reflection would look something like this. How did I show up this week, Peter? Did you show up? Did you do your dials? Did you, go all in? And being honest, number two would be like, did I hit my actual KPIs or goals that I set on Monday? My goal was 10 policies. And if I didn't do it, did I do whatever it took to get to my goals? Did I show up on Saturday and Sunday? If not, then the problem is me. What behaviors do I need to change to allow me to get to my goals? Where did I go in my week where I'm like, man, I spent too much time, working on customer service, or I spent too much time working with the wrong people. I spent too much time, on my phone. What distractions prevented me from getting to my goals? And I would write those down. And then I'm going to be conscious of the things that didn't get me to the goal, so that I can go into the next week knowing that I need to remove those from my daily actions, my weekly actions, and I need to add things or just subtract the things that are taking me further away. So a true reflection on, how am I showing up for myself? What are the things that are in my way that are preventing me from getting to my goals? And ultimately, how does my behavior need to shift to allow me to get closer to my goals? And I promise you, if you do that analysis and you're honest and you're not fluff and you focus on this Monday through Saturday or even Sunday, and you put true intention and focus, you will hit your goals and you'll be better. You'll be better than most life insurance agents, and you will smash the competition. The 5 core habits that you need to focus on, that I've always focused on if you want to level up, is number 1, track daily. Allow yourself to have that tracking sheet and ultimately track into that monthly KPIs as well. Secondly is win the morning. Show up for yourself in the morning. 1 sale by noon. Absolutely crush the morning. The third is weekends are a non-negotiable if you do not hit your weekly targets. Okay, show up on the weekends. The fourth is study top agents. Invest, obsess, and become so tuned into other people that have your results and learn from them every single day, and just run like someone is chasing you so that you can be better. And the fifth one is have an end of week reflection. How are you doing? End of week reflection or report on what are you doing to drive results and what are you not doing, or what do you need to change to get the results that you want. If you do that, promise you, these 5 habits will help you make more money and crush your competition and make $100,000 selling life insurance in 2025. Make this the best year ever, guys. This is the point that you can turn, that you can change. Use this video to change your habits, to change your behaviors, to win in 2025. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.